our next person who's a SciStar ambassador is Briar, who's going to come on and join us to tell us more about WeDigBio. But these are essentially programs for 30 minutes where you are going to have an opportunity to say hello to an ambassador, learn about a specific project, and also do the project that is being introduced. And so we will do that shortly. Awesome. Sweet. And Briar, if you want to turn your camera on and unmute, we'll get started with you right away.
Yeah. Should I go ahead and share my screen?
Sure. Do you want to introduce yourself and why you became an ambassador first? I don't know if that's in your screen or your slideshow. So.
No, I didn't put it in my slideshow,
Okay.
so I'll just go ahead.
Who are you?
Yes. My name is Briar. I became an ambassador because I really enjoy science. I really enjoy citizen science. And I put this a little bit in my bio, which I'm going to be posting on SciStarter soon, but I really enjoy the increased accessibility of science, especially with disabled people. A lot of times we're left out of science, and I think that we play a really big part. And so I'm really interested in that, and so that's kind of the big reason why I became an ambassador. I haven't yet, but I want to start hosting events at my local disability center, and hopefully get more folks with disabilities involved, and create like kind of bridge some gaps there. So yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that, or at least I forgot from reading from so many ambassador bios and applications. But thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you should be able to screen share. I'll double check that I turned the thing on, but you should be okay. Yep, you're good to go. Oops. Sweet.
Okay.
All right, it is loading. There we go. All right.
All right. Let me know if you see everything.
I think
All
yes.
right. So okay, perfect. So I'm going to be presenting WeDigBio. Basically, what WeDigBio is, in short, it's like a shortened version of worldwide engagement for digitizing bio collections. And so, in addition to them having events or doing all year round activities, they twice a year have these like 4-day events that take place online and on different sites. And it's a global data campaign, virtual science festival, and a local outreach opportunity all in one. And so, what does it mean to digitize collections? And so, digitizing involves the creation of digital data about physical specimens curated by biocollections, sometimes called biodiversity research collections or natural history collections. And so, basically, what it's doing is it's just taking samples or specimens that we have of like fish, plants, different types of specimens that they've preserved. And so this is taking pictures, transcribing the labels into online data, basically making it available online. And why is it important to digitize collections? So there's enhanced accessibility. More people are able to access it. Preservation of the specimen. So more people can access the specimen without having to touch it or disturb it in any way. Increased research and collaboration. So with the enhanced accessibility, there's more people who can see it and look at it and work on it. Improved data quality and management, and also supports diverse fields of study. And what does this mean for science? Creating digital content about physical specimens allows the specimen to be discoverable without being disturbed or diminishing quality, and provides humanity with a historical baseline for research. This digital data can be shared and used around the world by scientists, conservation biologists, natural resource managers, educators, and more. Through this system, people have access to information that was previously inaccessible. And I have a video here from the Smithsonian. See if it'll play. Played good earlier. Okay. Is this sound okay?
I think the audio might be missing actually. Do you want to so you'll pause it and then
The video is
unshare?
missing.
Yeah, you can unshare your screen and then reshare, but make sure to hit the share sound. I do this like
Okay.
or I forget to hit share sound. There we go.
Stop share. And then share screen. Oh, I see. Also share system audio. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
it
see.
trips me up. I
All
have
right.
to do that every time. Like, oh, whoops. Why I couldn't play fun music at the start of this event. Oh no, I see myself. There we go. Your video quality might be lagging a bit too, so if it ends up stopping, you can send me the link to it and I can play it on my end. Your video quality might be lagging too, so if it ends up stopping, you can send me the link to it and I can play it on my end. Oh, Briar, I think it's still not working. Or actually, can you unmute? It might be because you're
Today,
muted.
we only have 10% of the Brazilian Atlantic rainforest left.
Oh no.
As this habitat gets more and more fragmented and more deteriorated,
Let's see. Briar, you muted, so we can't hear you. You want to send me the
So yes, it won't let me unmute while I'm sharing my audio for some reason. Maybe it's because I'm using Chromebook. I don't know. But if I can send you the link to it, I think that would probably be better.
All right, yeah, we can do that. And it's a short video, so it works. I will start my screen share sound.
I'll just drop it in the chat if that works.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Video.
1 second here.
In the meantime, for anyone who is interested in more YouTube videos, my YouTube, whenever I type in YouTube to my Chrome, to my Chrome browser, it automatically goes to SciStarter Live, the best playlist in all of YouTube. It consists of me and Roland partying it up with a bunch of different citizen science project teams. So if you're interested in more, that's where to put it. It's a very entertaining time. And then that's where all these will live too. Once we get there, once we cut it up into 30-minute sections. Great. Any luck with the link, or do you want me to Google or search it?
Okay. Sorry, it's just no, I got it. My computer.
I love
right
Chromebooks in theory,
1
and then they don't want to do 50
No.
gig ones. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right,
Do you really want to spend the rest of your life watching ads?
No, I do not. Please don't give me an ad. How about that? Skip. Can we hear it?
today we only have 10% of the Brazilian Atlantic rainforest left compared to what was there 500 years ago. As this habitat gets more and more fragmented and more deteriorated, this research can help protect this environment. If we identify areas that will harbor a high diversity of plants and animals, that would be the type of areas that we would target for conservation. And that's where the information that we're gathering from the herbarium is very important.
The U.S. National Herbarium holds about 5 million specimens. It covers all families on Earth, and it's an incredible resource for doing research and outreach. The label information is critical to understanding the specimen. Where did you collect it? How tall is it? Things you can't tell from looking at the specimen. That is much better.
Yes.
And it's from, where is that, from Brazil?
Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
One of the issues today is that If I want that information, I need to gather it one by one. It will take me years to look at all the specimens that I'm interested in. I'm very excited that the Smithsonian is digitizing all of its collections because it's making all this information available not only for my research projects, but for everybody else.
Our project here with the Botany Department at Natural History is to digitize their collections. The Botany Department had done about 250,000 plant specimens using traditional photography over the last 15 years. With the new and more efficient processes, we're able to do 750,000 plant specimens a year. What really drives us is what scientists will do with this information that we digitize.
Projects like this allow biodiversity scientists to work much faster because we can jump right into the use of the data. It's thousands of man-hours that get saved. I can even forward information to my colleagues. I can be here, but they can be in Kuala Lumpur, or in Brasilia, or in Peru, and we could all have access to it.
It revolutionizes the way we do science. Anybody, anywhere can look at what we have here in the herbarium and use it to ask important questions.
From the information on the specimens, we can make distribution maps, we can make models that where the plant grows or where we won't find it today because the environment has been severely degraded. This research can help shape conservation policies in order to maximize the number of species that we are conserving. It's exciting how important and how applicable this type of research can be.
It reminds me, ASU, Arizona State, has a location near the Tempe campus that is they keep specimens in there. They have a big library of specimens. I think they're a part of, they have a project on WeDigBio, or a WeDigBio project, I should say. But I love the view of those locations. They're so fun, walking into a room and opening this giant locker.
Yeah, and it's even more cool that, like, instead of having to go into those giant lockers, we can just look it up online now, which I think is going to be in my next slide.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, you know what? I'm not sharing my screen anymore, am I?
You are not, but you will be shortly.
Let me share my screen. But yeah, that's kind of why this work is so important. Is that especially what the guy said at the end about how he can forward it to his colleagues and people all over the world can be looking at it. And so I just kind of put here that the herbarium collection contains specimens that are back far as 1832. And so it kind of creates like this time capsule of what plant species were around at that time. And so it can help, especially as we start to research more with climate change and different weather phenomenon. It's just interesting and really cool data to have that the specific historical record. And before digitization, many of these specimens were still in their original pressing papers. So like you were seeing all of them like in boxes. And some of the times the boxes were like packed away and they weren't sure what was in it. But once these get uploaded, their like digital data gets added to like storage record, and so it's easier to go through and organize, and so it makes it easier than having to walk in and go through an entire big locker. People can just pull it up using the online form. And then, so how do you get involved? And I kind of, we did some slides on how you can access different WeDigBio events. The one that I particularly did was the Big Bee Bonanza. So I have some slides here just kind of walking through how to get to this. This page right here is just on the SciStarter.org. It's the WeDigBio profile in there. You'll just hit this button that says visit, and it'll bring you to the WeDigBio website. You'll hit on get involved. You'll see where it says find an online project, and you'll click that. From there, it'll show you this screen with a lot of different links. From what we're going to do with the Big Bee Bonanza, we'll click Notes from Nature. And then click Notes from Nature on this screen, and then it will pull this profile up on Zooniverse. The active project that we will click on is going to be the Notes from Nature Big Bee Bonanza. And I will do that right now.
We'll drop that link in the chat for you directly to Bee Bonanza if you want it.
Oh, that would be perfect, actually.
And I made a comment just in case anyone's not looking at the chat. In the video there was a description, or the video showing how they take the pictures. I had always wondered how they made the pictures so uniformly, beautifully lit, and able to and very legible. And that giant machine.
Oh, it's
made my moment.
yeah. Yeah. I was kind of thinking that too. I had never seen anything like that. The closest thing I had seen to something like that is like forensics. So like watching like different crime TV shows and seeing how they process different evidence and stuff like that. That was the only other time I had seen something like that, and I was like, oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, all right. So this is the Big Bee Bonanza. Basically, oh, I didn't mean to press that. Basically, it's pictures of bee specimens that we're going to be classifying. And so we'll just hit classify here. And I'll go through. Okay. And then I'll go through the tutorial. So this is the Big Bee Bonanza. Should I read this like flavor text stuff?
To the extent that you would like to. I usually skip some sentences that are necessary.
Okay. Basically, it's just talking about bees are essential. They're decreasing. We need to know more data about them. And yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay. And so to begin, we're going to scan each image for the bee labels. So basically like this right here. It's highlighted in the tutorial, but it's this. You can enlarge it. In order to do that, I have to close this out by pressing this plus button or the minus button. There's other ways to kind of like zoom in using the panning and stuff. Basically, we're just looking at the bee specimen and the label. There's also some, if you get stuck, there's also some guides here. So like this one for the geographic location, it kind of shows you where to look for that. There's also the field guide, but it's just a video, and I honestly didn't find it super helpful.
Oh.
I mean, it kind of like helped me like get started with it when I felt a little stuck on certain things, but I don't know. Do we necessarily feel like we need to watch it?
No, it's okay. You can just let us know if you noticed
Okay.
anything that was helpful.
Okay. Honestly, I feel like it just kind of walked me through, but I feel like I'm gonna be kind of doing that. So I don't know. But yeah, so we'll go and try to classify this bee. This one is in handwriting, which is a little frustrating.
It looks like it could be
California.
Yeah.
So I'll say United States for country, and then state California. And then that looks like something. Let's see if we can.
Tudame? T-U-D?
Tulare? Do you think it's maybe Tulare?
Oh. Oh, it's the one underneath that, Tuolumne.
Yeah,
Tuolumne.
this one.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the O and the L looked like a D.
Oh yeah, uh-huh. Okay. And then the locality, we'll click here. Let's see. Do they have the locality? Is it this? Normally the locality is so it says here usually it is a location that is described relative to a place named on a map. So for example, 3 kilometers north of Mary's Peak. This one says 18 miles west Tucson. I don't necessarily see.
It might just be that uh that word underneath California.
Right,
Uh
yeah.
Dardanelles.
Dardanelle.
It might be Dardanelles, Dardan. That's my best guess.
That I don't know. That makes me feel like that might be the plant that it was located on.
Oh, that's also fair.
Um, so I might skip this.
Mhm.
Because if you can't find it, it'll say just skip it.
Yeah.
I don't see any elevation on here either. Um, Kind of the same situation. It would be like in elevation or feet or in meters, but I don't see any of that. So I'm just gonna hit next. Okay, determination labels. What that is basically information about the species, um, or like the insect name,
Yeah.
and they can vary. They're a lot. They can be different. And so this example kind of overwhelmed me a little bit. Um,
It gives you a lot of information too here. So at least the
yeah.
species name. Determination labels, does it include just the species name or are they asking for more than just that? Because this is a
So
fairly
they don't need the scientific name.
Oh, that's shocking.
So it says, note that some images might have the scientific name added as an overlay in the lower left corner. This is not a label and does not need to be transcribed. Which yeah, that also confused me. But yeah, so this is
Insect name. This should, oh, I wonder if they just have the insect name multiple times though, because this one, or at the very top of that help section, or need help with this task, it does say this should include all determination label data such as insect name, author, and year. So my guess is that it's multiple times it's listed as. Sometimes they have the species multiple times.
okay.
Yeah, because like this one, I think we both have. I'm looking at a very similar one to yours. That's the example. It's a mega
Mhm.
chile, which is the species name,
Mhm.
I think, and then no other. Or R.H. Crandall or the collector, right? But that's the second. The next one down, not the
Yeah.
Terminator date. Determination.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put oh, oh, fun with Chromebook. I'm just gonna put I see in
And
the
I
top corner there. I wonder if they mean because right here. I wonder if they're saying this is the one they're saying doesn't need to be transcribed.
Oh yeah, probably.
That's the name and then maybe right there. Okay. I don't think any of oh, okay.
Mine has a
But it
date.
should
15.
It should. Oh, I wonder if the determine. Okay, so these two names. I'm wondering, would these be the collectors or the determiners?
I think those would both be collectors, is my assumption.
Okay.
Let me, yeah, because mine is, I'm looking at a very similar one to yours, but it's just one collector. But the example they give is actually uses an ampersand, and need help with the
Mhm.
task at the bottom. So not in that section, but in the previous one, or in the next one down. Yeah, name of the person that collected the specimen. If the specimen has more than one collector like yours, enter all names separated by commas. The collector is often indicated with the abbreviations COL dot or COLL or LEG before the name. If DET is before the name, it is not the collector of the specimen, and that person's name should not be entered into this field. So you don't have a DET in front of it, right? Yeah, yours should be good. Yeah, so I would do, I think it's G stage and R Snelling.
Mm-hmm.
Now we started yours with a tough one. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I was doing a couple of these earlier and they were kind of hard
Yeah,
earlier
well, it
too.
is
Okay,
science,
man.
social science.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, and
fun
then
though
now
moving from this one. Right before this one, we did a National Archives one too. So it's interesting that we have two transcriptions in a row of, and during this too, because we have a unique look at handwriting right now. Trying.
Oh yeah.
We're about 2 minutes out from the 30-minute mark, so I'm actually going to have you pause. Do you want to stop your screen
Okay.
for a moment?
Sure.
Your Chromebook is so funny. It shows up as our screen in order to remove. Okay, so for anyone doing these projects, like you mentioned, like these are kind of tough. So I want to give you a little bit of an FYI for everyone doing Xenoverse, which I mentioned at the very start of the 6 a.m. start time for the first 30 minutes. I have difficulty with Xenoverse all the time, and so do the scientists. I've been on calls with the project scientists where they'll be like, "Yeah, I don't know what that is. I guess we'll just guess." Like they go with the best educated guess, or if you do have trouble and you don't want to put an answer on Zooniverse, you can always hit the refresh button and it'll actually give you a new classification, which is super handy. So if that ever is what you need, that is an option, and it is a totally okay thing to do. That's something that plenty of people do, including myself and the project scientist sometimes. So not to worry. Also, before the end of the 30 minutes, I would love to know your thoughts on like your words of wisdom for anyone trying out a new project. What helps you try a new project, maybe just words of wisdom for notes from nature, anything you'd like to share.
Um,
Putting you on the spot. Sorry.
I don't know. I guess just going and doing it, just getting the hands-on practice, honestly, is the most thing that's helped me.
Awesome. Yeah, it's the getting in there and just trying it, right? The trying
Yeah.
is half the battle. And if it ends up not being your project, then you move on to the next one. And that's great too, because you can find some really great ones just going through all kinds of projects. Sweet. Thank you so much, Briar. I appreciate the last 30 minutes. I learned a lot and I loved that video because I love looking at those pressed flowers. They're beautiful. And I'm really excited to do more bee bonanza because I think that one is one of the ones I love bees. So I just want to stare at bees all day and that would work for me.